Now we're going to be continuing our series where we talk about the desktop, and we're going to glue up a panel. This is soft maple. I got it at a hardwood dealer before the pandemic struck, and it's managed to stay flat this entire time. Both faces are already planed, and one edge is straight with one rough cut edge. In order to get the desktop size that we need, we're going to have to join all three pieces into one panel. I've got quite a bit of excess here, which will allow us to make our monitor stand as well as our computer tower shelf, and have a decent amount of scrap left over for other projects. To do all our joining, we're going to be using biscuits. We're going to be using an electric biscuit joiner. When joining up small panels, it's okay to just get away with just glue, but when we're dealing with something this big, we're going to want to use some kind of mechanical interference in order to keep these two pieces from slipping and us having to do a lot of planer work. These are 3/4 pieces right now, and I don't want them too much thinner than that. So if I can avoid having to plane them down to 1/2 inch, I'd really like that. Some of the options that are available for edge joining two pieces of wood would be dominoes. If you can afford a domino joiner, by all means go for that. I don't have that kind of income in my shop in order to justify buying a single $1,000 tool like that. I got a $60 biscuit joiner from Harbor Freight, and after some modification I've got it straightened out. The other option would be you could also use dowels. I've used dowels in the past. I actually used dowels to build this workbench. They work pretty well, but I think it's time to move on to something a bit thinner. So this is about the orientation of the panels that I like. I use blue tape here rather than putting any type of permanent or semi-permanent mark on the wood, so that I can just lift it off and I won't be confused by old marks and new marks. The panel that we need is going to be 2 foot by 5 foot. The pieces of maple I have are 97 inches long, or 16,000 millimeters. What I did to match these up, there's a little bit of a color difference between these two, but we weren't going to get around that. What we do have here is some nice rippling along the edge, which matches up on these two boards. It doesn't really match up as well on this one. We have a cool knot here that has contrasting wood color, as well as some quilting over on this part. However, this is probably going to be towards the back of the desk and won't be seen as much. So the big contrast between this piece, which is clear, and this piece, which is quilted, won't be as evident. Don't forget, we have to have some scrap wood left over so that we can have a monitor stand, as well as a piece that we are going to use to hold our to build our computer shelf.